I arrived in Guinea in early June of this year, and it was just within days of when the country had been declared free of Ebola for the second time. And there was a sense, I think, of relief in the air that it had, but there were signs everywhere of what Ebola was like there. There were big signs with, hands on them, warning people to wash their hands, signs talking about how Ebola was a reality and to keep vigilant. And, you could see around the country that Ebola had touched every aspect of the community I was in. I found it stunning, actually. The survivors were, I met many people who were just devastated by it. It was a pretty incredible thing to survive that disease. Their lives were terrible. People were emotional, people were in tears. And among people who didn't have it, I think there was a lot of suspicion still and skittishness. I think it had been a long haul in Guinea, and people were really trying their best to get back to normal, but it was tough. I was taken to really a makeshift orphanage, and this woman had been asked by desperate parents to take some of their kids. And in the past, she had had kids whose parents had died of HIV. She started being asked to take children whose parents had died from Ebola. And I went there, and they were doing their best, and it was clean and everything. But these kids, the woman running it just kept saying they're traumatized. And I talked to this little girl whose dad had died of Ebola, and her mother, they sort of had the worst of both worlds, I think. The father had died of Ebola, and she told the story, and she kind of stared off into space, and the woman who ran the orphanage said she repeats the story all the time about her father and her father getting sick and then coming to take him away. And her mother survived, but her mother was completely shunned and couldn't work and couldn't support her children and sent them to an orphanage. And this girl just had this shell-shocked look, some of the kids there, to see what they'd been through, the last few months.